I'm Mike Salinas. I'm a pharmacy technician. We're going to talk to you today about UV safety awareness. So the sun eliminates different types of radiation. Infrared radiation, which produces heat visible to light spectrum, which allows us to see ultraviolet radiation. As you can see in the slide, it's infrared spectrum light in UV. Ultraviolet UV radiation is a form that is emitted by the sun in artificial sources, as well as such as tanning beds. While it provides such benefits for people, it also can cause health issues when overexposed. UV promotes production of vitamin D in your body, which is essential to human health. Vitamin D helps us to absorb calcium and promotes the bone formation. Low levels of vitamin D can lead to depression. As you can see in the slide right here, the non-ionizing radiation from the sun, artificial tanning beds, positive effects and negative effects. So the signs of vitamin D deformation in adults, vitamin D isn't but might have. So you might have mood changes, bone loss, muscle cramps, bone in joints, especially in the lower back area, and you also get fatigue. So UV radiation is a classification into three types of ultraviolet. A is UVA, ultraviolet B, UVB, and ultraviolet C, UVC. In UVA and UVB, radiation can both affect negatively in your health. UVA causes skin damage that leads to tanning as well as skin aging and wrinkles. Also continues to sunburns. UVB rays cause sunburn and play a key role in developing skin cancer. You can see in the graph here the UVA and UVB from the sun causes the wrinkles and goes into the outer part of the skin. So if you look at UVA, it goes deeper into the skin. Causes the epidermis and the long effect of wavelength reaches deep into the layers of the skin, causing again wrinkling.
Hi, my name is Claudia and I'm a pharmacy technician, and I'm going to be talking about the risks of prolonged UV exposure and how UV rays can also affect our eyes. So sunburn is a sign of short-term overexposure, while premature aging and skin cancer are side effects of prolonged UV exposure. So skin cancer and like wrinkles. So anyone can have harmful health effects from UV radiation, but the risks increase in people who spend a lot of time in the sun or have been sunburned, people who have light colored skin, hair, and eyes, people who have a family member with skin cancer, or people who are over the age of 50. Skin cancer is the most common in the US. Generally, it's present in the head, face, neck, arms, and hands because these areas are the most exposed to UV radiation. Most of the cases of melanoma, the deadliest kind of skin cancer, is caused from UV exposure. So this is just like a slideshow of showing that this lady right here, she's sunburned, and how it can also affect her eyes. We can get eye diseases if you don't wear sunglasses. There's just another one. He's not as sunburnt, but he is still sunburnt, and how it can lead to skin cancer. So UV radiation can increase the risk of eye damage that can end in blindness if you don't protect your eyes. So here are some additional tips to protect your eyes from UV damage, no matter what the season is. Wear a hat along with your sunglasses. Broad-brimmed hats are best. Know that clouds don't block UV light. The sun's rays can pass through haze and clouds. Sunlight is strongest midday to early afternoon at higher altitudes and when reflected from water, ice, or snow. Never look directly at the sun. Doing so at any time, including during an eclipse, can damage the eye's retina and cause serious eye injuries. Also, avoid tanning beds. Tanning beds pose the same risk to your eyes and body as outdoor UV light does. Use sunglasses with UVA and UVB blocking lenses. So as you can see here in this slide, it's showing you the damages that the UV rays can cause to your eyes. So you can get eye cancer, cataracts, sunburned eyes, or growths on or near the eye.
Hi, my name is Sandra and I'm a pharmacy technician that work in the pharmacy. And today I'm going to be talking about medications that can make you sensitive to the sunlight. Some medications can cause photosensitivity, which is a chemical change on the skin leading to sunburn-like symptoms of redness and other unwanted effects. So medications, it could be like antifungals, antihistamines, lowering cholesterol lowering drugs, diuretics, non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs. So your oral contraceptives like your birth control, antibiotics, and retinoids can be all medications that can cause those. So the medications that are sensitive to the light, you can see that on your medication bottle on the warning label. It will have like a little sun on it, so you know that those are the medications that are sensitive to the light. How to protect our skin. The worst hours to expose yourself to the sun are between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So try to stay in the shade, wear clothes that cover your arms and legs. Wear a wide brim hat to shade your face, head, ears, and neck. Use sunscreen with sun protection factor SPF 30 or higher for both UVA and UVB protection. Avoid indoor tanning. Indoor tanning is particularly dangerous for young users. People who begin indoor tanning during abstinence or early adulthood have a higher risk of developing melanoma. Remember, UV radiation reflects, so it is not enough to stay in the shade. And don't forget that there are medications that increase sensitivity to the sunlight. Check the UV index every day and act accordingly. One to two is very low and there's no protection needed. 3, 4, and 5, that's moderate and some protection is required. 6 and 7 is a little bit more higher, so protection is essential. 8, 9, and 10 is very high and is extra protection is essential and is needed. 11 and plus, you should just stay indoors, not be outside because it is very dangerous. All weather websites provide information about the UV intensity hour by hour, so proceed accordingly. Use the appropriate protection.
Hi, my name is Giselle and I'm a pharmacy technician, and I will be talking about how to choose the correct sunscreen. So when you're shopping for a sunscreen, consumers are faced with many choices. The SPF can go from 8 to 100. It can be waterproof. It can block just the UVB or broad spectrum that blocks UVA and UVB. Can contain antioxidants or not. The Skin Cancer Foundation recommends a water-resistant broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher for any extended outdoor activity. Regardless of the SPF, though it's important to apply it 30 minutes before going outside and reapply it every 2 hours or immediately after swimming or sweating, it's important to remember not to rely on high SPF sunscreens alone. No single method of sun defense can protect you perfectly. Sunscreen is just one vital part of a strategy that should also include seeking shade and covering up with clothing, including wide-brimmed hats and UVB blocking sunglasses. So not all sunscreens are created equal. When selecting a sunscreen, dermatologists recommend checking the label for these 3 characteristics. Broad spectrum protection to stay safe in the sun. So look for a sunscreen that protects against both UVA and UVB rays. The other one is SPF 15 or higher. This will depend on your skin type. Also, for water resistant, with this one you may stay on wet or sweaty skin for 40 to 80 minutes. Some sunscreens may also include antioxidants, which can help prevent environmental skin damage that may be caused by free radicals created by UVB exposure. Like for example, in this picture, you can see that the bottle of the sunscreen, it has a broad spectrum SPF 50, which is what you need, something higher than 30. And then it contains UVA and UVB antioxidant protection, and it's also water resistant. And now for this one, I would be talking more about SPF, what that means. So what does the SPF number mean? The SPF number tells you how long the sun's UV radiation would take to redden your skin, when using the product exactly as directed versus the amount of time without any sunscreen. So ideally, with SPF 30, it would take you 30 times longer to burn than if you weren't wearing sunscreen. And SPF 30 allows about 3% of UVB rays to hit your skin, and SPF of 50 allows about 2% of those rays through. The higher the SPF, the higher the protection. Many factors can affect the amount of UV you are exposed, like time of the day, the season, geographic location, altitude, weather conditions, type of skin, the quantity and frequency of sunscreen applications. It is very important to apply and reapply the sunscreen strictly as directed by the instructions and according to the needs. For example, if you get wet or sweat, you will need to apply it more often. By embracing these simple guidelines, you and your family can enjoy the sun safely. And that is it for this presentation. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, you can give us a call at Chess Center.